Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Evan.
And welcome back to the Survive or Thrive Challenge update. This is day 22, so this is the first day of week 4. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Do you reckon you've lost weight or gained weight? What do you reckon?
Possibly gained weight. Been eating a lot of protein, so maybe a bit of extra mass.
Yeah. So let's we've done a bit of planning today, and one of the things which we'll go straight into. So we've worked out since I'm looking up here because we've got all our notes up here. We've eaten. Have we eaten or processed?
Eaten.
We've eaten 50 kilos of live weight. Now what that means, so we've processed 50 kilos of animals, so they're live weight, 50 kilos worth, but often 50% is taken out in processing, being like feathers and guts and skin, whatever the animal is. So anyway, from that, we know we've done that. So far, we're going through about 500 grams of meat per person per day. So between us, we're going through about 1 kilo of meat. Yeah. So now that we've completed 3 weeks of this, it gives us some data to go, how are we going moving forward? So we're going through about 500 grams of meat each. And we've worked out, we didn't take a record of this, but we can sort of try moving forward. We're both going through about 5 eggs a day each, because we're making custard, you're making eggnog. We obviously eat eggs, whether scrambled or fried. I'm making pancakes. I had an attempt at a cake the other week. So eggs are great. They're fast. They're very convenient. So we've got a bit of an update so we've got some data of what we're using. We've done a bit of planning moving forward. So one of the things we first started with, what can we do in the way of fruit? And when we sort of looked up some fast growing fruits, there's not heaps. If you want to plant a fruit tree, well, you should have done it a couple of years ago. Like, that's one thing I've learned. If we knew we were going to do the challenge now, a year ago, we should have put in some fruit trees. But what we do have, we've got some strawberry plants growing in the garden. We've heard they can fruit between, I think, 2 to 4 months. There's I read a few different websites of what they said, but we've already got the plants, and they said after it starts flowering, I think it's a couple of months after that. So we've got strawberry plants, and we've also got some wicking beds. You want to quickly talk about the wicking beds that we do have, in case people don't have a clue what a wicking bed is? Yeah,
so a wicking bed is, so we've got like some containers, some blue 44-gallon drums, so the plastic ones that you see, and we've cut them in half, and we've got them linked together with some pipe, and they have probably, I don't know, 150, maybe 200 mils of water that will sit in the bottom, and we've got different matter in there which will wick that moisture up to the roots of the plants. So it's a good system, particularly in the dry weather that we're having at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got the wicking beds, we've got the strawberry plants, and I had the idea of going, well, maybe with strawberries, because strawberries do good, like when they're hanging, like I suppose suspended, opposed to sitting on the ground. You get snails and slugs and other things, and also birds. So we thought, let's just transplant the strawberries into the wicking beds, and we can put like some bird netting or something over it, and put some fertilizer, natural fertilizer, because we've got like wormweed, we've obviously got chicken manure. We've got compost that we make, so we could fertilize them and see how we go. So in a few months from now, we might be eating awesome strawberries, or we have an update for you that it didn't work, but we figure we've got nothing to lose. Let's see what we can do. We've got an opportunity there with the strawberries. The other thing, we want to talk to someone who is a bit of a fruit tree expert. So we're going to reach out to someone who goes, we might be overlooking something, but can we buy established fruit trees, or what can we get that could give us some fruit before the end of the challenge? I don't think there is anything, but we need to look into that. Then when it comes to the veggie garden, what we've got in our veggie garden, it's a collaboration garden. So there's a number of people that work in there. Even though it's sort of our veggie garden, we're part of the collaboration. We just need to talk to the other people to say, hey, what is growing where, and where's it up to? So one of the things I want to make sure we've got in is cucumbers. So coming to the summer months, like cucumbers, it's going to fill my belly more than, say, lettuce will. Lettuce is great, but I'm probably not going to sit down and eat a kilo of lettuce, but cucumbers maybe. So the next thing is irrigation. So this is something that we were going to be doing on the farm anyway, but with the challenge, we're like, okay, let's make sure we've got momentum on this project. So we've got a large dam, a water source here on the farm, and we're just mapping out where we can put some pipes in. So then the system we want is, would you want to talk about the solar system? Because you're probably a bit more knowledgeable about solar.
Yeah, so what we're looking at doing is putting a storage tank near the dam, and we'll get a solar pump to pump up, fill that storage container, and we're not sure exactly what height we'll set that, but we'll set it up so it's a couple of meters off the ground, so it can then gravity feed to the places that we want it to gravity feed. But we don't need a real big solar pump if we do it that way, because if it takes 8 hours to fill up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 litres, then we use that as we water the vegetable gardens, do the other things that we need to do. That's fine, because we've got the next day to fill it up again.
Yeah, and I think one thing I like about the system of the solar pump is when it's dry and the days are long in summer, well, you're going to have lots of sun on that solar panel, so it's going to make sure it's filled up. In winter, when the days are shorter and it's not as hot, you probably don't need as much water. So if it only fills up 2,000 litres in the winter versus 3,000 litres in the summer, like over a day, you're not going through as much water in the winter. So in theory, I think that the solar system is going to work quite well for us. What it will allow us to do is, one, water the vegetable garden without using town water, and also it'll provide us with the opportunity to do a small amount of irrigation in the paddocks just to go on pasture. So my idea is, like, we make our own compost, our own fertilizer, we can spread that out over 6 or 10 square meters, or maybe 10 meters by 10 meters square, and then we can run a sprinkler on that for a day or two, and maybe put out 500 or 1,000 litres, and we can just have a few patches going. That's just going to help the sheep, because we've got quite a few sheep, when they come round, because we're rotating them round, so they just get a little bit more green pick. So the irrigation should happen over the next 6 weeks. There'll be different stages of it as we're deciding on pipes and where it's all going and how we're burying it and such. Rabbits, do you want to talk about rabbits?
Yeah, so we've got some rabbits. So we've got a male rabbit, and I think we've got 4 female rabbits.
Yep.
And yeah, we haven't joined them yet because we just wanted to map things out first, but we are going to join those rabbits, and we need to probably just update some of the infrastructure, like make another coop, because as those rabbits have their kittens and those kittens grow up, we will run out of space at that point. So I've just got to think some of this infrastructure through before we make those decisions. But that will allow us to grow out a number of rabbits, which will give us more meat down the track, but also help us to complete this challenge.
Yeah. So, and then what we're going to be doing in relation to the chickens, we've got some incubators. We've obviously got chickens laying fertile eggs because we've got the hens running with the roosters. So what we want to do in the month of October and the month of November is hatch 80 to 100 chickens. Like, we don't know how many we're going to hatch, but if I can set maybe 120 eggs, so we can hatch 80 to 100 chickens. With our example, we're just saying if we just hatch 80 chickens in October and then another 80 in November, we will need another 2 coops to put those chickens in. What that will mean towards the end of the challenge, so the challenge will finish sometime in February, sometime in January, the first lot of chickens that hatch in October, hatch like this month. Well, I'll probably put the incubator on this month. They might hatch in November. If we have 80 chickens, that'll be roughly 160 kilos of livestock, and the next lot, the second lot of chickens, should be about 136 kilos. And the rabbits, we've got 4 rabbits. If we join them, I think we worked out they all have like 4 kits. And towards the end of the challenge, that'll be about 32 kilos of livestock. So the rabbits and the 2 batches of chickens, that'll give us about 327 kilos of livestock. And as part of the challenge, we want to make sure we finish the challenge with the same or greater amount of kilos of livestock as when we started. So that's sort of part of the challenge. So that's what we want to do there. So you'll see us over the next few weeks, doing things with the rabbits, and then also setting incubators and hatching 2 lots of chickens, which are probably 80 to 100 chickens, so we can make sure we've got plenty of kilos of meat coming through. So that was the planning. Anything else on planning?
Probably pigs.
Oh yes.
So we probably need to talk about pigs and what we're going to do, or some of the things we're thinking about doing with the pigs. Yeah, so
we're into we're still working out with the pigs. So with the pigs, we've got 8 adult pigs. So we've got 1 boar and 7 females, and then we've got, I think, 2 what I'd call teenagers. They're probably, I don't know how old, but they're not full grown. They're not babies. And then a pile of babies. I'm not sure how, we could have like 10 like little piglets that are only like sort of 2-3 weeks of age. But in the middle of the challenge, but we've got to look at our challenge, but we're also looking at farm management. I have wanted to, for a few months, is get a different breed of pig. These pigs, I'm not exactly sure what breed they are, but they're a miniature pig. They're a smallish pig. There's a few things why I want to go to a different breed. One, value for money. There's other pigs where you can put, say, 20 kilos of feed into and you're getting a lot more production, like you're getting, it's turning into meat better and more efficiently than a small pig. So just call it value for money or efficiency. So the second reason that comes to mind is when you process a pig and you scrape the fur off, if you've got our particular pigs, the fur, it's hard to come off because it's probably the breed of it. It's like there'd be different breeds of chickens where they pluck easier than others. So by going to a different breed of pig, we can, one, get better production, so a bigger pig in a faster time, and also easier to process. The third reason is our pigs, because they're a bit of a miniature, I say they're a little bit skittish. Like they'll run around, they're quite active. And over the last few weeks, we've got 1 or 2 what I'd call troublemakers. So what they do, they'll know when the fence isn't on, or even if the fence is on, they'll get their nose under the fence and then they'll just push and they'll just run through it, and they might get a zap, and then a few others will follow. So we will, sitting in the office this morning, and we looked out and go, oh, the pigs are out. And we don't want them to teach the babies to go, just go in and out as you please. So we're like, if we go to a different breed pig that's a lot more docile, it doesn't have that desire to, let's just go out and go exploring. So over the next few weeks, we're still working that out. We'd like to process some of the older ones. We'll keep the younger ones to grow up, and then we'll probably get a different breed of pig. There's a few other farms that I know locally. I could see what they've got available, and then just start sort of a new bloodline. So there's things going to happen with the pigs, so watch this space.
And we didn't talk heaps about the sheep, but at the moment we're just going to keep the sheep doing their thing, eating the grass.
Yeah.
And we've got lambs that are going to get bigger and bigger, so we'll just keep moving them onto fresh grass and they'll keep getting bigger.
Okay, let's talk about the food we bought. So we've been shopping. Let's talk about our food.
Okay, do you want to do one item then I do one item, or?
Yeah, let's do
how
that.
do you want to do that?
Okay, let's do one item each.
Okay. I'll go first?
Yeah, Evan will go first.
Okay, actually first I need to mention that my budget has been pro-rated this week because I'm going to be away for 4 days this week, so I think I worked out I had about $7.30 to spend. So rather than the $17, I've got a lot less to spend, so that's why I haven't bought as much, but I got 500 grams of dates.
Alright, so my first item, I can go back a couple of days. On the weekend I was out with my family shopping, and before I went shopping I thought I made sure I had a good lunch so my belly was full, and then after we finished shopping my wife and kids go, let's go to the beach, which sounds amazing, but I'm going, well, you guys can go get some takeaway on the way to the beach, but I can't. And I wasn't about to tell my family that, hey, I'm going to drag you all back home so I can eat some smoked pork out of the fridge. So I got $7 out of my $17 budget, and I got myself a pizza. There's no pizza left. But yeah, out of my $17 budget, I got myself a pizza. I'd have to admit, I thought it was going to taste nicer than it did. I'm like, oh, I haven't had pizza for a while, like this will be awesome. But for $7, it was a pretty budget pizza. I'm not sponsored by Domino's. If you do want to sponsor me, Domino's, you can reach out to me. So yeah, so $7 went to a pizza, and all I've got to show for it now is an empty box.
Okay. Next thing I got was a kilo of carrots. So I haven't bought carrots in the last week, so a few carrots would go good with some of the meat dishes I make, so I got some carrots.
Alright. Next I got was some peanut butter. I don't have any bread to put it on, but I found I'm just craving different flavors, and I thought the peanut butter, it's got a little bit of fat in it, it's probably got a little bit of sugar in it, so I'll probably just be eating it off the spoon. Hopefully I can ration it. Just hopefully I don't go, oh, that tastes nice. I'll just have one more, and then like the next day it's empty.
Maybe you can put it on some lettuce leaves or something, make it go a bit further.
Oh, lettuce leaves, yeah. So yeah, I got some peanut butter.
Good. And I got some fish sauce.
Fish sauce. I also got some fish sauce.
Wow. That's a coincidence.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
So
what are you doing with your fish sauce?
Good question. Well, we are working together on this one. We've got a bit over half a deer in the cool room that I shot 2 weeks ago or something. So we're going to cut it up into fine strips. We jumped on the internet and found out how to make some venison jerky, and a lot of sounds like the secret sauce is fish sauce. So we got some fish sauce. I read the ingredients of this, so look at this. It's very watery, and listen to these ingredients. This is what I find interesting. It has anchovy, which is a fish, salt and sugar. So you're looking at anchovies and a bit of salt and sugar. I have a feeling there might be some water in there. What are your thoughts?
Maybe, unless they're very well blended anchovies.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I feel they haven't told us the full story of the ingredients. But anyway, hopefully this fish sauce, we're going to marinate some venison, which is deer, in it, and put in a dehydrator. So next time my family's out shopping and like, let's go to the beach, I'm like, yes, we can do that, and I don't have to buy a dodgy pizza. I can nibble on venison jerky. All right.
Okay, my last and final item is I had some money left over, so I bought some, like a trail mix. What did you get?
Well, with we sort of work together, so 20 cents, I think, of the trail mix is yours, and 35 cents of mine, and there's some crumbs in the bottom. So shotgun not having the crumbs. So we're the dodgy guys in the Coles supermarket near the scales, like putting sort of a nut in and pulling a nut out, just to make sure we can get the right amount. So we get trail mix, so we've got to share that. And my other item, sort of copied Evan on this one, I got some packet of dates, because he got me on to making eggnog. So he said he made eggnog with dates, water and egg. Late one night, I'm like, I want something, and all I heard was dates, eggnog, water. I bought some dates. What I didn't do when I turned my Thermomix, my blender on that can also heat things, I'm thinking, oh, it's like custard or something. So I think I turned the temperature up to like 90 degrees. So I had eggs, water and dates. It didn't blend it real well. So I was drinking water with lumps of egg and lumps of dates. And I'm thinking, it's probably a bit too late to ask Evan the recipe. But then I had sort of a moment the next morning when I came to my senses. I'm like, I think I cooked it too hot. So please tell us how you make it.
I'm still actually refining it. I've been doing it for years, but I've actually found a new technique. So I normally use 100 grams of dates, and I've been putting that in about 300 grams of water and heating that up to about 70-80 degrees and blending it. And that's heating up the dates, which is softening them, but it's also chopping them up as well, so it's making it a much nicer texture.
Yeah.
So once that's done, then I'll add another 200 grams of cool water in to drop that temperature down a bit. And I'll just start it blending, like at maybe speed 2 or 3. Then I'll drop an egg in there while it's blending. Yeah. And I'll end up putting 5 eggs in there. Yeah. Then I want it to probably go for about another 5-6 minutes. Yeah. At speed 5 roughly, and 60 degrees. 60 degrees. There you go, 60. And I find that works pretty good.
You don't get lumps of egg.
No.
Yeah, I think I've learnt now. Yeah, I think I did the next lot at 70 degrees because I was thinking, what temperature kills salmon? I don't want to be drinking like raw egg, but I don't want egg chunks, so 60 degrees. Yeah. So, yeah.
So I don't know if that kills salmon or what, but I haven't died yet, so.
Okay, all good, we're still here. All right, so there are our food items. Now let's get into our random item.
Okay. I've got 2 very similar feeling items here, so I'll let you pick whichever one you like.
They do feel the same. I think it's a glass jar. No, a tin maybe. Okay.
This feels like a jar.
Hey! I have some passion fruit pulp. Passion fruit pulp in syrup.
And I have diced capsicum. Probably in water, I guess.
I don't like capsicum. No, I don't want to swap. Oh. I'm happy with the passion fruit.
Okay.
Gee, they've got seedless watermelons. They haven't brought out seedless passion fruit yet.
Wonder why.
Yeah, anyway, that's our random item. Now we are going to have a challenge this afternoon. We're going to fill up some water on the farm with a twist.
Yeah.
Check that out now. Okay, so here's the challenge. I've got a GoPro, Evan's got a GoPro on his head, and Evan's on a motorbike with a bucket because we need to fill up the sheep water. So we're going to see who can fill up the sheep water fastest with a bucket and a motorbike, and we've got our stopwatch and we're going to get going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, I've got to film him. Oh, there he goes, he's on the buggy. I'm on the buggy, he's on the bike. Is he going to fall in? Is he going to fall in? Oh, look at the technique. Oh, there he goes, filling up the bucket. Whoa, it's a big heavy bucket. 20 litre bucket, it looks like he's got about 18.5 litres there. coming! They can't wait! Oh my goodness, how's he going to get over this fence? Here we go, fill up, it's got to overflow. I think he's going to have to go for another one. Here we go. He's back on the bike. Oh, he's not turning around. Oh, he's off. He's off and he's racing. How's his technique? Here we go, full buckets. He's going for it, it's heavy. Look at him go. Stand.
Don't drink any more water.
Oh, they don't want to drink it. Oh, it's not overflowing. What's he going to do? Has to go for a third run. Oh, this must be the third and final. Oh yes! Don't hit the cameras! Don't hit the cameras! Oh, put a stand up on the bike.
Oh yeah,
It's overflowing. I don't know where your stopwatch is. I've got to find the stopwatch on the camera.
Come on.
3 minutes 50 seconds.
It's about 20.
Mine is about 20 seconds because I didn't know how to stop the stopwatch. That is the time to beat. The question is, can I beat that time? I don't know.
Okay, here's Daniel. Look at him prepare. He's getting into the starting position, working out his technique. Bit of copycatting there.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! And he's off and racing. Keep his head down. Keep out the wind. Nice and aerodynamic position. Oh, he's doing the full turn. He's getting it up on the stand. Oh, and he's in the water. Oh. This guy's committed. He's lost the GoPro.
I'm back. I'm not out of the race.
This is adding to his time.
There's a steering, mate.
It's already wet, so it doesn't matter if he spills a bit of water on himself.
I don't know how to do it.
There we go. Over the fence he goes. He's got one bucket in. Let's see if he does better this time.
The brake is slippery! Slow down!
Very cautious, very, very cautious. He almost he's dropped the bucket! He's dropped the bucket! He's gonna go back! Look at that technique with the legs! Oh, he's almost in again. It doesn't matter though, he's already wet.
That last time!
Let's get out of his way, he's coming through. Hopefully for his final bucket. It's only a little bit though. This is going to be enough. Will this be it? Will this be it? Will this be it? Is it overflowing? Yes, is it overflowing? Yes, it's overflowing. Okay, well done. You'll know your time?
Yeah.
4 minutes and 47 seconds.
Mate, don't tell you fell to sheepwater. Mate. Thanks for watching.